Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat petang kepada rakan-rakan media dan semua masyarakat yang sedang menonton kita. Ada setengahnya secara live, untuk ucapkan terima kasih lagi sekali. Hari ini 22 Januari 2024, sidang media khas oleh Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad. 3 perkara akan dibincangkan, akan dinyatakan. Pertamanya mengenai pendakwaan terpilih di Malaysia. Keduanya mengguna platform politik bukan undang-undang, dan ketiganya mengenai salah guna kuasa institusi dan agensi penguasaan yang sedang berleluasa di Malaysia ini. Saya serahkan kepada Tun Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Lebih dulu saya ucap terima kasih kerana interest yang ditunjuk oleh pres berkenaan dengan visi ini. Saya hari ini terbaca dalam sebuah khabar, iaitu dalam News Straits Times disebut di sini, not easy to investigate at all. Not easy to investigate. Uncovering the wrongdoings of a village head or teacher is relatively straightforward. The same can be said for action against big shots, says the PM. PM kata. He wants the people to support the high-profile probes instead of reacting angrily. Saya nak kata saya tak setuju. Not easy to investigate the stone. Kerana saya mudah diinvestigate. Kerana kerajaan mempunyai kuasa. Saya tak ada kuasa. Yang susah nak investigate ialah Perdana Menteri. Yang susah nak investigate ialah Kepala SPRM. Yang susah nak investigate ialah pegawai tertinggi dalam kerajaan seperti Timbalan Perdana Menteri. Itu susah. You can investigate them. Why do I say you can't investigate them? Because in the past there has been shortened or no investigation done on these big shots. Not Tun, but they were big shot. Anak bukan Tun. Timbalan Perdana Menteri bukan Tun. Zainudin, Adam Baki, Azam Baki bukan Tun. Tetapi mereka tak boleh diinvestigate. Kenapa saya kata tak boleh? Kerana Datuk Seri Anwar dihadapkan dengan tuduhan oleh Datuk Abdul Murad, bank negara punya officer. It is a statutory declaration, 4 muka, in detail. Tetapi setakat yang saya tahu, tak ada investigation. Tak ada investigation pasal orang ini pegang jawatan tinggi. So yang susah bukan nak investigate Tun, yang susah nak investigate Perdana Menteri. Juga berkenaan Timbalan Perdana Menteri. Timbalan Perdana Menteri telah di-charge dalam court dan court sedang bercara 47 kes. Tiba-tiba pendakwa raya ataupun AG stop prosecuting. Bermakna bahawa AG pun tak boleh nak investigate. Bila tanya AG, apa pasal you stop? Saya berkuasa untuk tidak menjelas apa-apa pun. Bukan main. Even a court punya judge, bila dia judge, dia kena bagi reason, grounds for judgment. Sampai kadang-kadang tu 200 muka, 300 muka. Tetapi AG tak payah. Even if it is a matter of public interest, Rakyat nak tahu betul ke tak betul ke tuduhan Murad ini. Tapi AG kata dia tak payah nak jelas apa pun pasal dia berkuasa. Dalam negara kita ini yang lebih tinggi daripada hakim Federal Court, Chief Justice ialah AG. Kerana Federal Court punya judge pun kalau buat keputusan mesti jelas asas-asas keputusan. Tetapi AG tak payah. So this is Superman yang lebih tinggi. Dan AG pun ada masalah juga. Ada satu masa dulu pihak PKR saya ingat dia tuduh AG ni main share banyak. SPRM main share banyak. Jadi sepatutnya investigation should be carried out. Tapi dia yang jadi ketua. Jadi tak ada apa buat. Tak ada langsung. Bermakna bahawa susah nak investigate ketua SPRM susah. Bukan Tun boleh saya tak boleh saya. Anak saya pun kena juga. Tapi bila Azam Baki ni kata yang buat salah, yang beli share banyak ni ialah adik dia. Sepatutnya bila dia buat kenyataan macam itu, kita kena investigate adik dia. Dari mana dia dapat duit? Berapa banyak share dia beli? Dia kena bagi sepanjang masa. Sejak Azam Baki jadi yang dipetua ke apa dalam SPRM ni, adik dia kena cerita lah semua. Macam mana saya dengar, anak saya kena cerita semua yang perbuatan dia, bisnes dia, duit dia, harta dia, semua mesti dia jelas daripada tahun 1981, tahun saya jadi Perdana Menteri, sehingga sekarang. Not long, only 42 years. I'm quite sure all of you know what you did over the past 42 years. Do you? Tak ada jawab. Jadi, pasal apa adik Azam Baki tak disuruh jelaskan semua duit dia, share dia, daripada mana dia dapat duit, apa hubungan dia dengan abang dia, apa semua. Patut investigate lah. Because my son, I'm told, is being investigated because he is my son. Jadi adik Azam Baki patut investigate lah. Demikian juga dengan timbalan Perdana Menteri. Tengah-tengah duk bicara, AG tarik balik. Tak mau prosecute. Bermakna bahawa timbalan Perdana Menteri juga not easy to investigate. Tapi Anwar kata, not easy to investigate at all. Tak susah. Awak ada kuasa, saya tak ada kuasa. Boleh investigate saya. Tengoklah Tun Daim, dia punya bangunan pun kena seize. Dia tak payah explain. Because AG tak payah explain, dia boleh buat dia. Jadi dia boleh seize property. Saya adalah rumah sikit. Kalau dia nak seize boleh seize lah. Ada duit buat dah. Saya nak bagi tahu, saya ni tak ada siapa pun buat tuduhan. Kalau ada tuduhan, there should be investigation. Dia kata ada tuduhan. Kalau ada, bagi tahu saya lah. Apa dia tuduhan? Supaya saya boleh prepare grounds to protect myself, to defend myself in a court of law. Tapi dia kata kepada anak saya, ada tuduhan. Sebab itu anak saya kena buat itu, ini, apa semua. Kalau tak buat, kena jail 5 tahun. This is the government of Malaysia. Dan yang peliknya, yang nampak not easy to investigate ni daripada Perdana Menteri. is the Perdana Menteri tasked with investigating. Saya ingat ini kerja SPRM. Apa nak susahnya? SPRM boleh investigate lah. But as you see, it is selective. Orang yang tak sebulu dengan Perdana Menteri kena investigate. Orang yang sokong Perdana Menteri walaupun ada 47 kes boleh tarik balik. This is Malaysian justice. Saya nak beritahu seluruh dunia bahawa jangan datanglah ke Malaysia. Kalau dia teringat nak investigate, they can investigate without any explanation. This is the new regime. Dulu masa saya dulu ada investigation, ada trial, Datuk Sri Anwar kena trial lah, and it is the court of law which makes a decision. I was not involved. Was I involved? Was I a witness? I wasn't a witness. I wasn't called. Tapi ini nampak Perdana Menteri mengambil berat tentang investigation terhadap Tun ini. Pasal kononnya susah. Tapi yang lebih susah nak investigate why the charges in the statutory declaration by Datuk Abdul Murad ini terhadap anak Anwar tidak diteruskan. Why is it that the case involving Azam Baki dengan adik dia is not investigated? Why do they stop prosecution on the case, 47 cases of what happened, was charged? Ada prima facie case pun dalam court, tapi boleh tarik balik. Jadi kita, kalau kita baik, kalau kita boleh pergi di mahkamah, dikena hukum gantung, tapi kawan tak bayar gantung lah. Kawan boleh tarik balik. Kalau lawan yang tak kena hukum gantung pun mungkin kena hukum gantung. That is Malaysian justice under the Anwar regime. Dulu masa dia dalam opposition bukan main lagi nak reformasi. Kita nak freedom of speech, nak kebebasan itu ini. Lah ni tak boleh ada kebebasan. Saya sedar kenyataan yang saya buat ini akan dapat reaksi daripada kerajaan. Mereka berkuasa, they can make life miserable for me. I know that. They can actually suruh saya buat itu, buat ini. Kalau tak buat, kena jail 5 tahun. Karena notis kata, that is the punishment. So, I just want to explain. I know what I'm doing makes me sweat. Saya takut. Saya takut. Takut kenapa? Kena jail. Saya dah umur 98. Masuk jail, mati dalam jail. Okey lah. Kalau saya dah mati, tak ada masalah banyak. No need to investigate already. But this is what is happening now. I know you will, the ordinary media will not be able to report anything. But I hope the media, the social media ini boleh bagi tahulah kat rakyat jenis kerajaan yang kita ada sekarang ini. Kena orang itu kena tekan, orang ini kena tekan. Ada satu wakil rakyat tu dulu dia sokong kerajaan. Okey, dia tak sokong sajalah, ni dah nak kena sebat 2 kali. I don't know who it is lah. Mangkali you tahu lah kot. That is the side of government. It is all very political. It's nothing to do with the law. The law is being abused for political ends. I'm saying this clearly, that people who are against the government will have the law thrown in their faces. Those who are for the government can escape, even if they commit 47 charges, dia kena boleh lepas. Anwar pun boleh lepas, pasal dia Perdana Menteri. Walhal ni Datuk Mohamad ni dia, I don't know whether you have read this thing. Apa dia kata tu? Statutory Declaration Datuk Abdul Murad Khalid. Datuk Abdul Murad Khalid, a Malaysian citizen. I was charged with failing to disclose truthfully information on Ben Harta Senem Berhad. Dan dia kata di sini, in furtherance of his political scheme, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim instructed me to implement certain corporate exercise in favor of his friends and cronies. The death of his cronies are clear. The death of his cronies are clear. This statutory declaration with Datuk Abdul Murad Khalid. Settle using the profits from deals using the influence of BNM, Bank Negara Malaysia. Among the most significant corporate exercise is the takeover of Sikap Power, the concession holder of Independent Power Project in Lumut. The concession was sold to MRCB on the instruction of Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim dan lain lagi. Ada termasuk nama-nama semua ada bagi, nama Tong Kui Awan buat. As you know, Anwar kata saya ni curi duit kerajaan. Setakat yang saya tahu, saya tak curi 1 sen pun duit kerajaan. So if he knows I have stolen, he should be able to show to me. Duit yang kata saya curi, saya minta bukti. Nak tuduh, siapa pun boleh tuduh. Anybody can go up to a person, hey, you have murdered so and so. What is the evidence? No evidence. Tak laku lah dalam court of law. So dia tuduh saya ni ada berbilion-bilion ringgit. Saya minta dia tarik balik. Dia tak tarik balik. Saya minta dia jelas apa bukti yang saya ambil duit begitu banyak. Tak ada respon. Saya bawa kes ke mahkamah sekarang ni. Zaman fitnah. Buat fitnah terhadap saya, kononnya saya curi duit. Saya minta bukti. Oh, dia ada kotak, berkotak-kotak bukti yang saya curi duit. Tunjuklah. Kalau dah ada kotak-kotak, awak dalam kerjaan, awak boleh dapat semua. Boleh dapat daripada bank, boleh dapat daripada ministry, boleh dapat daripada hasil dalam negeri, semua ada. Sure lah. Sampai lah ni tak tunjuk. Oh, tak boleh, itu secret. Mana nak secret pula, dah bagi tahu kepada dunia ada evidence, tunjuklah. Tapi sampai sekarang ni tak tunjuk. Instead of that, apa yang dia buat? Dia suruh anak saya dengar lah, anak saya to give evidence so that the father can be charged. Quite okay lah. Anak saya kena charge saya lah. Kena bagi evidence. Bukan main daripada 81 sampai sekarang. Of course, he kept all in his office. I think he kept whole room full of checks, papers, documents. Nak bagi 42 tahun. And given in 30 days. Kalau lebih daripada 30 days, boleh kena hukum. Masuk penjara 5 tahun. instead of investigating Anwar for making wrong statement, my son is being investigated and threatened, and I am threatened. Kononnya saya buat kesalahan. Saya nak tanya kepada Azam Baki, siapa yang buat tuduhan itu, kenapa dia tak beritahu kepada saya? Kenapa dia pergi beritahu kepada anak saya, kononnya ada tuduhan dan anak saya mesti buat kenyataan. Tapi sepatutnya, if you charge a person, you have to tell him, hey, you are charged with murder ke apa ke. Bagilah tahu supaya saya boleh defend. Tapi tak ada. Tiba-tiba cari anak saya, kononnya suruh anak saya buat kenyataan supaya saya ternampak salah. This again is very interesting. Yes, of course, it is the AG, not the judges. Sepatutnya bila dia stop prosecuting, he should inform the court. Pasal court tengah duk bicara, orang ini dia sepatutnya bagi court tahu kenapa dia nak tarik balik. Tapi dia bagi tahu kepada Perdana Menteri. Is the Perdana Menteri a judge? Pasal Perdana Menteri pun approve kan? Dia approve. We don't know yet. Tentu dia approve lah. Tapi dia bagi tahu. And subsequently, the charge against Zahid was not followed through, no more prosecution, and the judge had no choice to do anything. I think sometimes there is a choice also. Judges, in a case of wrongful judgment made by anybody, the judge can call for judicial review. Bila dia nampak satu orang kena charge 47 charge, tiba-tiba AG tarik balik, tak pergi explain. The judge can call for judicial review. Tapi tak ada lah, pasal dia timbalan Perdana Menteri. Sebab tu saya kata, pun boleh investigate anytime. Kalau kata nak buat kepada saya, apa saya boleh buat? Mungkin juga pasal saya ada press conference macam ini, kemudian daripada ini, nanti adalah tindakan-tindakan. Because Anwar has said that he will take action against people who say that he worked with Israelis. Bukan, he said that. Jadi kerajaan ada kuasa. They can do it. I can't do anything. So I am prepared, of course, to be investigated. Akaun saya nak tengok pun boleh tengok, bank mana pun boleh bagi tahu. Hasil dalam negeri, apakah ada hasil dalam negeri biasa tuduh saya tak bayar hasil? Everything the government can have access. The government can also ask Petronas whether kononnya ada made billions of dollars or something. You can investigate that because it is mentioned. But my name is mentioned I'm told my name is mentioned that I have committed wrongdoing. So that is what I face. So I just want to let you know, maybe later on when I'm arrested and charged or something is done against me, you will know why. Datuk Abdul Murad buat ini Kuala Lumpur the day of 26 October 1999. Dia tak tarik balik ni. He has not said that this is wrong ke apa ke, dia tak tarik balik. Kenapa tak ada investigation? Which shows that yang susah nak investigate ialah Perdana Menteri, the head of SPRM, and also Timbalan Perdana Menteri. Saya tak susah. I am easy. Anytime at all you can investigate me because you have the power. I don't have the power. I cannot do anything. So if there is any question, I will be happy to.
So nak membangkitkan, nak lay out the grounds yang SPRM pun ada problem, polis pun ada problem. Jadi seandainya Tun di siasat, adakah Tun nak cakap bahawa berkemungkinan besar siasatan itu tidak ada? Itu maksud Tun.
Tak tahulah, it is left to you whether you think it is adil ataupun tidak adil. Bagi saya tentulah tak adil. Tapi bagi you, adil tak? Nak tahu apa nama all the transaction done for 42 years. Daripada masa anak saya dulu belajar dalam universiti, dah kena, that is adil lah pun. For them lah. Sebab tu dia tanya. Any other question?
So, you think it's a witch hunt or revenge against you for the perception that under your administration, even though you had nothing to do with it, you were jailed and prosecuted?
What was that?
Do you think it's a revenge against you by the current administration?
I don't know whether it is revenge or not. This man was in jail. And when I became Prime Minister the second time, during my time, he was released. And then he wanted to contest in an election. During the contest, I actually campaigned for him. So did Tun Daim. Both of us campaigned for him. But after campaigning for him, now he wants to investigate me for wrongdoing. Okay, if I did something wrong, please investigate. But don't make use of government law in order to threaten people.
Tun, saya nak tanya Tun sekarang ni rakyat banyak komplain, susah apa semua. So what the people have seen that memang for the past 1 year memang gagal lah anuan ni. Okay, so what the people can do? Apa rakyat boleh buat tu? Mohon komen sikit.
Yeah, we have a system, demokrasi. Parti yang menang akan tubuh kerajaan. Hari ini kita dapati parti yang kalah tubuh kerajaan. Dan parti ini pula tak dapat solve problem rakyat. Macam-macam berlaku sekarang ni. Ada orang yang bunuh bini. Hari ni punya paper, dia pukul bini dia. Ada orang yang bunuh ibu dia. Yang bunuh ibu bapa dia. Yang 17 orang terjun daripada jembatan dalam sungai bunuh diri. 17 Malays killed themselves in Kelantan. This is reported in the press, not what I said. Jadi nampak di bawah kerajaan ni ramai orang yang hilang akal. Tak tahu nak buat apa. Ada yang tak dapat makan. Nak pergi makan anak pun tak ada duit. That is the situation now. But what can the people do? The people can do nothing. What can the people do? And we have elected members in parliament. But the elected members do not mention one word about all these things that I said. Tak ada sebut kata penderitaan rakyat sehingga membunuh ibu, membunuh ibu bapa. Ada orang yang dijumpa tak ada kepala. Ada orang yang dijumpa masuk dalam simen di dalam bathroom. Macam-macam berlaku. Dulu tak ada. You go back and look at your previous papers. Nothing like that has ever happened. Certainly not with Malays. Ada yang terjun daripada bangunan pun ada. Bunuh diri. Orang Melayu tak bunuh diri because it's forbidden. But they are desperate. Dia susah. Kerjaan ini bukan nak tumpu kepada masalah rakyat, tapi tumpu pada masalah politik. Kononnya nak cari jalan supaya saya ni didapati bersalah. That is what is happening now.
You say your son was threatened to 5 years of jail if he doesn't declare an asset. How come 5 years of jail if he doesn't declare an asset? Because the Act says that he will have to go to trial and only if convicted he will be sent to 5 years of prison.
Yes, but to mention, it doesn't mention anything about trial. It just says that if you don't do this, you will be jailed for 5 years or fined $100,000. They should put there, if you are found guilty in a court of law. No mention about that. Because we know in this country, there are people who are detained without going to a court of law. There are my friends, 2 of my friends were detained. And there was one case, I can tell you, that one man was detained for 3 years without charge, without being charged in a court of law, without being found guilty. One man was detained for 3 years, unfortunately by the police.
So dari segi legal aspect yang boleh ke challenge balik, mungkin Dr. Mirzan boleh challenge balik sebab dia agak vague, katanya nak kena ni, adakah boleh pihak Dr. Mirzan ataupun pihak boleh saman balik, boleh
dia berjalan. Yeah, I think you better ask Mirzan's lawyer lah. I think he should be having a PC also. Seronok lah, entertainment. Any yes?
With the Prime Minister being so powerful, what kind of reform would you propose in the country?
What can I do? I was once Prime Minister, but these things didn't happen. But you have a Prime Minister who abuses the power, then of course you have this problem. There is nothing wrong with the system. The system is okay, but the man is not okay. You see, you have a good system. People who forms the government or become the Prime Minister must be somebody who has won the election, but he has lost the election. A number of parties which have lost the election join together to take over the government.
Do you think that you are facing the consequences of your own action, given that during your first tenure, it was during that time that the executive branch consolidated the power from judiciary and legislative?
Consolidated maybe, but abuse no. And there was a case, went to the court. I didn't give any evidence in the court. I didn't talk to the judge. So it is the personal interest shown by the present Prime Minister. You can't blame the system when the mistake is done by the person abusing the system.
Do you regret of being part of the system? Play an important role of creating the system today?
Well, that is up to you to judge. But during my time, I think every election I won with a 2/3 majority. 5 elections, 2/3 majority. The people have a chance to throw me out. They didn't throw me out. If I had been abusing my position, I wouldn't have won the election. I challenge anyone to call for a general election today, whether he dares or not, to see what the people will say. Yeah, he has been saying all these things after he was expelled from UMNO. As you know, he was expelled because of his immoral behavior. But since then, he's been accusing me. Yet, when he was in the government, he defended my son and said that in Parliament. Yeah. Datuk, this is what Anwar said in Parliament. Datuk Sri Anwar bin Ibrahim, Tuan Yang di-Pertua, kerajaan menolak cadangan konsortium perkapalan kerana harga pembelian kos seunit saham MSC adalah kurang daripada harga kos yang dibeli oleh KWAP. Oleh yang demikian, di antara dua cadangan yang dikemukakan itu, kita telah memilih cadangan Petronas. Kerana cadangan Petronas itu akan menjamin keuntungan kepada KWAP. It follows on the 11th November 1997. Tetapi oleh kerana persoalan ini telah dibangkitkan, saya inginlah menyatakan bahawa ini juga menunjukkan ketulusan dan ketegasan kerajaan, walaupun ada percubaan untuk menyinggung kedudukan pemimpin negara, termasuk Perdana Menteri. Tetapi ini satu bukti bahawa keputusan kerajaan tetap telus dan tidak terpengaruh dengan kepentingan mana-mana syarikat keluarga yang memohon apa kepentingan dari kerajaan. Saya fikir ini menunjukkan kekuatan kerajaan dan kebijaksanaan Perdana Menteri. Saya lah tu. Kebijaksanaan Perdana Menteri yang tidak langsung campur tetapi memutuskan berdasarkan kepentingan syarikat-syarikat kerajaan dan kumpulan wang amanah pension negara. This is what he said when he was in the government. Who support the Perdana Menteri? Either he was telling a lie at that time or he was frightened. So if he is telling a lie, it confirms that he is a pathological liar. Yeah. But if he was telling the truth, then why is he now questioning his own truth?
Tuan, dengan apa Tuan dakwa apa ni, siasatan yang tidak telus apa semua tu, bagaimana Tuan rasa dengan situasi Datuk Mirzan dan juga kemungkinan lepas ini siasatan mungkin dijalankan kepada anak Tuan lagi di bawah kerajaan ini? Ada kerisauan ke macam mana?
Yalah, risau jugalah. Sebagai anak saya, dia bagi tahulah dia dapat notis. Dan notis tu suruh dia bagi tahu all the transaction yang dia buat sejak dia umur 20 tahun. Semasa dia jadi student 42 tahun. Yang tu dia kena jawab lah. Dia boleh ke tak boleh. Dalam jangka masa 30 hari. 42 years punya transaction, 30 hari kena bagi tahu. Jadi dia kena pergi tanya bank, tanya Petronas, tanya hasil dalam negeri. Dia kena pergi korek dalam pejabat dia. Nak tunjuk ni, because you have to have material evidence. Check mana-mana. You bayar apa sekian banyak. You jual perkapalan, you dapat berapa bilion. Kononnya dia dapat bilion-bilion lah. Tapi syarikat perkapalan tak bagi tahu pun banyak mana. It is a public company, not his company. Shareholder dia macam-macam orang lah.
With all this investigation on your son and everything, what do you think about PM Anwar as the Prime Minister? Because you govern the country twice. Your general view of this, perhaps.
General view of Anwar. With all these investigations going on, what are your general views on Anwar?
I think this man has become Prime Minister by default. Not because he was elected, but by default. And when he became Prime Minister, he used threats against people. But as far as ruling the country is concerned, he has no idea. He has no idea how to tackle the economic problem, how to tackle the political problem, how to tackle the social problem. Orang bunuh orang apa semua ni, tak ada. Nothing like that. Dia nak lawan rasuah. Lawan rasuah lepas ni Zahid lepas. Is that how you go against you tackle rasuah? Orang yang AG kata ada prima facie evidence terlibat dengan 47 rasuah. Lepas gitu aja. Fikirlah tengok. Betul ke tak betul dia lawan rasuah?
Tun, adakah Tun melihat siasatan ini sebagai satu warning shot Anwar kepada ahli-ahli parlimen pembangkang untuk tidak melakukan apapun move untuk jatuhkan beliau?
Ya, dia memang, saya fikir dia ni takut bayang-bayang. Dia kononnya ada di Abu Dubai, konon ada langkah Dubai. Kita tak nampak apa dia langkah Dubai. Jadi dia tunjuk kononnya orang nak bagi jatuh dia. Sepatutnya lah, banyak orang kata patut dia jatuh lah. Orang punya kesusahan dia tak tahu nak tackle, dia pergi cari orang lain lah. Kononnya nak lawan dengan rasuah. Mana lawan dengan rasuah? Dia pelepas orang rasuah, dia lepas. Dan dia sendiri mengikut Datuk Murad ni, dia juga terlibat. Ada banyak dia terlibat. 3 bilion. Ya. Ini yang dia terlibat. For himself, 50 million. Datuk Abdullah Ahmad, 5 million. Datuk Nasruddin Jalil, 10 million. Asia Pacific Center, 38 million. Dan Douglas H. Pal, American, dapat 38 million. Institut Kajian Dasar, 5 million. Aliran dan Chandra Muzaffar, 5 million. ABIM, 5 million. UK-based Islamic Foundation, 1 million. Total 121 million. Tapi dia sebut di sini, master account dia. I believe, ni kata Murad lah. I believe that the total funds in these 20 master accounts run into more than 3 billion ringgit. Why is he not investigated? Pasal susah nak investigate Perdana Menteri lah. Sepatutnya you investigate lah. This is a statutory declaration. Bukan bisik-bisik kata. Anwar kata saya ni ambil duit kerajaan bilion-bilion. But why doesn't he make a statutory declaration that he has evidence that I have taken 3 billion, 4 billion, 4 billion, boleh tulis lah. I invite him to write a statutory declaration declaring that I have stolen government money. Feeling that, he must show evidence that I have stolen government money. Yeah.
When you were in office, did you instruct an investigation into this 20 master account case?
When
you were in office, did you instruct an
I
investigation?
don't get involved in that. That is the work of the jabatan. But he obviously is very much involved. He says it is difficult. Why should it be difficult for the Prime Minister? Prime Minister, oh, when I was Prime Minister, I just give orders. I don't have to be bothered with whatever is being done by the judiciary or by the AG or the SPRM. I don't have to be.
So you never interfere? You don't interfere?
No, that would be interference. You know, the system is that the elected government forms a cabinet and rules the country, but they are not involved in the implementation. Implementation is the work of the permanent service. We have already laid down. You see, I can't, for example, tell the police to detain so and so. I can't do that. I can't do that. Prime Minister shouldn't do that. But here we find that people have been detained. And I'm afraid that police image has been soiled because there are people who are corrupted. It's reported in the papers. They are corrupt. There's one officer who ran his car and killed a boy. You see, so the image of the police is now bad. There is evidence that the police detained one man for 3 years without charge. That is against the law. Yeah. Okay, any more?
But that happened during Operasi Lalang as well. There's no trial or charge.
When you make a report, can you make a statutory report that I was involved in Operasi Lalang? Then there's Azam Baki can investigate me. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Terima kasih semua. Thank you very much. Kita nak ambil gambar sambil berdiri.
Steady. Okay. Terbaik, yes.
Okay.
Guys.